So we're almost at the high of the node. This is the point where we think about a right shoulder. Just trying to make that retest at the same time. I call it a right shoulder retest. Nice inverse head and shoulders play out to the upside. The right shoulder retest worked out to the high of the node, but you do have to watch out for it to continuously test the high of the node here. So any stops dragged into the heat of it at the high of the node here could get stopped out. Obviously when we pass this point, it becomes a B point, but it's also the third consecutive high. I want to point out how many times we made expanding wedges to start runs. It's been crazy. Like if you remember at the close yesterday, if you didn't just sign off, there was a expanding wedge that made the low. Like it made the low and it held the low all night because everybody didn't want to work 1 minute longer, but that's what it wanted, 1 minute longer. And it held all throughout the night with a stop at the extremes. So far we've come back up to the red-yellow line. We've made a right shoulder retest, blew through the top of the node, came back to test the top from the high, and now we're grinding what is the POC. People that just sit down at the computer now will still think it's making a head and shoulders. That's the weird part, but they're late obviously. There is a new trend, kind of makes a triangle in a weird way. What could this pattern work like, you know? This is the one that most people will notice. I also see over here that we made a giant triangle. Spiked out of both sides and never returned to the tip. Getting back into that range today should be pretty straightforward. It's actually a decent move though. What is that, like 100 points? Yeah, the 10 o'clock report. Ultimately, I'm looking for 100 points in the mid-range for us to get back to that range above.
Yeah, I like that.
So I've noticed that we've done 2-3 drives patterns, eh? This has happened twice now. 1, 2, and 3 has led back to well into the 3. And now when I see it here, 1, 2, and 3, we just came back to the first of the 3, okay? So it's allowed to do that. It's not out of order. It should be it should be allowed, because if people don't allow it, then they lose their position. That's the messed up part. Because all it does is make 3 highs and come back to the first one. Simple. But it's shocking to people that don't understand that, because it's a big move. I suspect the first sight of consolidation today will annihilate most of the people, as they will assume it will do what it did yesterday, which is naive. But people are. You can expect them to be, ironically. The institutions count on it every day for people to be naive and give up and all kinds of stuff. They know what people are like. So this is an old B point right here we've hit, but again, I don't think it's significant enough to sell at. Just like I said at the close yesterday, where it's like I knew everybody would be so itching to just destroy their position size because it's come back so many times, but they're gonna wait here and just let people sell, which I know it's out of fib, 188 and stuff like that, but it is a simple 188-200. Allowing for that to cause some trouble is okay, and it's power, because I understand as soon as I looked at today, boom, there we go. Trouble at the 188. It's funny to me though, because I see the agenda's plan as one plan, and it was to give that 100 points, and that's it. That's all it did. That's what it wanted. You know the range I was talking about getting into? This is it. This is the green zone. This is the triangle I was talking about getting back to. This is it. Deja vu. That's the average price right there, coming and attacking that green zone. Which I think the green zone is more important than the 188. There's one right way to look at the market, one right way to look at this 188. And what's so specific about that would give me that information? Is there something to do with indications? Is there something to do with candlestick fluctuations? No. It's not. It's reading the language. Like when you see the symbol, you get the understanding. That's the idea. And some things are communications I've never seen before, like that one. But it's a clear communication. I don't have to have the words laid out every single day in every sentence so I can remember what the sentence means. I understand that each word makes up the sentence, and then I understand it. Each move makes up the meaning, and then I understand it. And I can see exactly the game that it's playing right now, exactly the attitude of the institutions, exactly what they're interested in right now. And it was to get here.